The video is titled Mad Incels versus Sad Incels. And I think it's very important for people to understand the difference so we're not over generalizing incels being mad and militant in our society. When you look at the definition of incels, you look at again the definition of incels, you'll hear a reason why individuals think they're incels. And they say it's because they feel they are not attractive enough. They're not visually attractive enough to attract mates. That information implies that these types of incels are disappointed and sad that they don't have mates, or they don't have a girlfriend or boyfriend. Usually it's a girlfriend. And usually these incels are cisgender males. Okay. So the bottom line is that based on that description of an incel that I hear constantly from many sources, we can assume that an incel, generally speaking, is a sad incel. Perhaps they're not a sad incel. Maybe they have the attitude that I have, that sex is not a need. There are other things besides sex. And if they have sex, which is great, if you can have sex, it's great. But if you can't, oh well, life goes on. But our society, which are not incels, give the false information that sex is a need. Any type of sex is a need. If you're not having sex, you're going to be sad. It doesn't matter if you have a relationship or not. You must have sex in your relationship. I don't agree with that sentiment, but that is the dominant theme in our society, and that is created by sexually active people. So again, it's very important for us to understand that the militant incels like Elliot Rodger, I don't know who the other guy is from Toronto who bombed, who I think the other guy in Toronto ran over a bunch of people in 2017. These types of incels are mad incels because they believe that their undesirability is a moral question. Women are unrightly rejecting them. That they're implying that sexual desirability is a choice, and women are making immoral decisions by selecting chads. Sexual desirability, I don't want to put words in their mouth, but I can infer that sexual desirability has merits in terms of personality. So regardless if they are society-wise unattractive, they ought to be sexually desirable because of their personality. Those types of incels are militant incels. Now, not all militant incels are violent. I met a militant incel who simply tried to make the argument that we ought to morally convince others that incels are sexually desirable because sex is a need. See, when you think sex is a need, you have to if you think sex is a need and you are behaving as if sexual desirability is a choice, you're going to have resentment towards what you think is unfair because you believe sex is a need. It doesn't even matter if you marry, it doesn't even matter if you have a great personality. Simply because you desire sex, many people believe that's a need, a direct need. And people who deny people sex are oppressing them sexually. Now, this is not my point of view, obviously, but I'm trying to make you understand where the militant incel is coming from. But I don't think that's a vast majority of incels. Just based on the common thread between most incels, where incels feel they're undesirable, innately undesirable, and they don't think they will attract mates. that doesn't come from somebody who is militant.